Another question Susie had was how to import ABR brushes if I don't need them all. So ABR brushes are Photoshop brushes. So just to remember, A means Adobe and BR, this brush, so Adobe brush. So if you want to open or to import, what happens is that they will automatically import and be saved where you set your preference in the file location. So if you have your brushes, you have here save to. Every supply type here has a save to. So by default, it will be saved into the here 2023 brushes folder. If I want a different folder, I can create a folder, or if I have a folder, for example, that is called Adobe brushes, and I can just change here the save to in order to send the result of my import into that folder. And I can change that. I can say, for example, I'm going to have watercolor brushes, and I'm getting a lot of ABR brushes that are watercolor. I want them all in there. And then maybe I have another kind of brush, which is maybe a grungy brush. Well, I can make a folder and then do the import, and I can change. If you're kind of stuck and you forgot to change that, all the brushes are going to be in one folder, and then you can just move them afterward. Now, what happens if you have, because often the ABR brushes come in packages. That's interesting. It's not just one, you import and you have a lot. So you would go to File, Import, Custom Brush, and you would click on Open and navigate where you want to have your brushes or where you have saved the ABR. And once you open, you should see all the brushes that are in that file. And it's up to you to choose which ones you do want to import. So maybe I want only the first 4. I'm not interested in the other ones. It's fine. I just add. And when I click OK, these ones are going to be imported. So let's just have a look. I'm going to import those. And let me navigate to that folder. Brushes, and here are those free bubble brushes, and you can see I have always 2 files that go together. So 01 goes with the 01. So 1 starts with brush tip and ends with PSP script. Don't be fooled, it's not actually a script. Not a script that you can run, but it's a script as in the fact if you ever open it, it has like information about the brush size, the settings. For example, if you save the brush variance values, the settings, that's all going to be there. And the one that ends with PSP brush, this is just the shape. So you have the shape, and this one has all the rest of the information. So if, for example, you have exported some files and you want to send them to a different computer, or you want to send them to somebody, you have to make sure you always include both brushes, because if you send only one, it won't work. They will just see a blob in the list of brushes and they would be unusable. Okay, Susan is asking at the same time, do you add folders inside the brushes folder if you wanted separate folders? absolutely, you can do that. So for example, in here, I could do another folder. I can call this one bubbles. And I can move them all in there. And also it means that if I was to go to my preference, file location, now in the brushes, you should see here, see that bubbles folder I added, it now available. So I could say, oh, I have more bubbles brushes. I will set my file location to save my next import into that folder. Click OK, and I can go ahead. And when you have all those brushes, in the end, it's very convenient because those folders are going to be visible here. Okay, see that folder that I created? This is bubbles. I did not put my whole list of brushes folders, but the bubbles I have here, and I can see all my bubbles brushes that I just imported. So if I had one for watercolors, one for grungy, one for whatever, you have all these. They're going to be available. I have one for stitches. I have some for my corners, my punches, um, and also for me, because I have several versions. Some versions will take smaller brushes, like older versions will have a maximum of 500 pixels. So if I am to export or create brushes that are larger, I can't put them really in the same folder because I won't be able to use them. So it's really, really cool to be able to organize. And also, if you do all, you have X number of brushes, but over time you probably will accumulate a lot. And now if you have 2000 brushes to scroll through, it's going to be pretty long. So by categorizing them, you have fewer, much easier, much more organized, and better for your workflow. Hey there! I hope you found this information useful. If you're curious to dive deeper and explore more about PaintShop Pro, we've got a wealth of resources waiting for you in our membership area. There, you'll find in-depth classes, workshops, Q&A sessions, and much more to help you enhance your PaintShop Pro and digital scrapbooking skills. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the campus.